Like, he was talking to his aunt, and she sent him home.
He basically threatened her.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I know we talked earlier, and you said that you had to give the sheriff a report about me being productive. It's a really good idea that you helped me out on this. And she was like, are you threatening me? He's like, you need to do this. She's like, just go home, Brandon. Just walk home by yourself.
Yeah.
At fucking 12 o'clock at night.
Let me tell you how it's about to go. Let me show you the towel you're about to throw. This is hip-hop, try to run in our house, we'll knock your ass straight out the door. I'm the enemy's epitome, the fantasy, my tendency to mentally give your career the death penalty. I instantly advise you to match my intensity, try to fit my brain like Jackie Kennedy. I'm so tired of the why not tired of putting MCs in a pine box. You motherfuckers couldn't even hit me in my blind.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. You know who the fuck we are. I'm Ray.
I'm Josh.
Welcome back to Lost Legends TV. Together we are Rated MC. We are here to review BrightBurn, aka Evil Superman.
Which is a movie that I've been wanting Ray to watch for a while. For one, it is a horror film.
No.
Even though it's based around a DC character. It's not specifically based around him, but it's basically what would happen if Superman was evil.
Right.
Like, if they don't call him Superman,
Nope.
It follows him as a child. If you haven't seen this movie for whatever reason, this is a spoiler review.
So opening scene, you have Tori and Kyle. The opening shot, you see it's a pan of a bookshelf about pregnancy, how to be fertile. You clearly see they have a problem with not being able to have a baby. All right, Tori and Kyle are sitting in bed doing their lovey-dovey. They're about to get the groove on.
Get your groove on!
In the backdrop, which is a cool shot in the backdrop, because they live on this farm, you see out the window this bright, like a meteor coming down, and it hits. All right, they look out the window, and it cuts. You have some exposition of these baby shots of Brandon, which is the main character in here, the child, of him growing from stage to stage until it reaches 10 years later.
Which, if you've seen Superman's origin, it's very, very similar. Because, you know, he's an alien, he crashes on a planet, the Kent family takes him in, they call him Clark. Like, they have like a normal like family situation. But like, he's starting to realize certain things. He starts hearing things coming from the barn.
Yep, and he also starts sleepwalking.
Mm-hmm. And then just a bunch of crazy things start happening. For one, he was mowing the grass and it messed up, right? And then the blade was still going. He put his hand in it. Didn't hurt himself.
Well, first he got aggravated with it and fucking threw the motherfucker a yard out into the fucking field.
Launched it.
Yeah.
And like, again, he's starting to realize that something's up. And his parents are not telling him shit. And they just try to keep him out of the barn.
Yeah.
That's the whole goal. Let's keep this motherfucker out the barn. They got him presents, right? Mm-hmm. Birthday party, there's not other kids. They're at a place where other people are at. I think it's a diner, actually. Wasn't it?
It's like a diner setting, yeah.
Yeah. You know, we got Kyle. What was her name?
Tori.
We got Noah. And what was her name?
Marilee.
Which is his aunt and his uncle. I believe the aunt is actually the one that's related to like his mom or whatever. He gets a present and he acts different now. He acts entitled. Like, he gets upset and like he basically like tells his dad off. When his dad talks to him, he's like he talks back to his dad, which is clearly from the way that they act, that's the first time it's ever happened.
Yeah, because what happened with that is Noah, which is Brandon's uncle, got him a gun for his birthday. Kyle, his dad, well, his adopted dad, he didn't like that idea very much. Brandon, out of nowhere, he's being rebellious. Give me the gun. He acts aggressive. Mm-hmm. And then like there's this weird thing when he got mad and like the lights flickered and shit. Nothing else came of it, but we forgot to mention this. The opening scene from the 10-year jump, Brandon's in the barn. Him and his mother play this hide-and-seek game.
That's right.
Where they whistle at each other, define each other. Yeah. Kind of like Marco Polo. Yeah. And that's very important because that comes into play at the end.
They end up go camping, the mom, the dad, and the son. And this is where he starts like learning some of his powers. Because there is a girl at school that at one point she said something nice to him at school. Like, she was nicer than everybody else.
Like, in class, he gets bullied. He's just an outcast. Like, nobody wants to hang out with him.
So they're out camping, and he's at least around the age where he's thinking about sex. And there's this awkward conversation his dad tries to have with him about sex.
Yeah. He didn't do it very well.
It wasn't like, it's not the worst because like having to hear that shit. He was terrible at describing it.
Yeah, because Brandon even says, first the dad says, you know, it's normal, you know, you're changing, you're hitting puberty. It's normal for you to just think about them things. Brandon's like, right now? Yeah. He's like, what do you mean? Can I think about it right now? He's like, No, don't think about that right now.
Because his mom found like magazines under his bed.
Yeah.
Dad is just the worst at giving this. But regardless, so he's interested in girls. Basically flies at the speed of light. While they're camping, like it's not like his mom and dad are asleep. Like they're up. He just like when he goes out, he's gotta use the bathroom, and he takes off and he hides in her room. She was listening to something, and she had closed her laptop, and it was open, and there was something playing again. And she closed it again, it opens again, and then she sees him. She says something about it, and like her mom talks to him about it, but like, there's no way he could have done that. He was, he was camping with us.
Camping fucking 60 miles away.
Throughout the movie, he's doing these drawings, like, and he's basically making his own symbol. And it's just basically the two B's or whatever. After that, they go to school and they do a trust fall thing, and she's freaked out because of what had happened. So she thinks it's him, which it was him, but she can't prove it. So she's like, the trust fall, she just doesn't want to do it. Like they tell her to pick him up. He grabs her arm and he fucking fucks her arm up.
Crushes her fucking hand.
Yeah. And so they go to the school counselor, and of course the school counselor's his aunt. So they think that that he's getting favoritism for this shit. Crazier shit starts happening. For instance, he goes to the diner. Caitlin, who's the girl that he has the crush on or whatever, her mom works at this diner.
Yep.
This is where takes the turn for the worst. The full-on, absolute turn for the worst.
Yep, this is the coin flip.
He toys with this woman as much as he can. He fucks with the lights.
Mm-hmm. One of them shatters. This fucking piece of glass falls in her fucking eyeball. Mm-hmm. And a cool thing about this downer scene is they film it like that. Like there's blood on the lens. See what she sees, which is like you can see like fucking silhouettes of Brandon in this like new mask he's wearing.
Yeah.
Just fucking scooting everywhere. Fuck yeah.
And then she goes into the cooler, hide and protect herself as best she can, and he's pounding on the fucking door.
That didn't help.
No, he knocks that shit down and basically just flies out, and you hear like a splat sound. So I guess he just like fucking bashed her head in and shit.
Remember, he uses his fucking eye laser.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he cut that shit open.
Bro,
he's learning all his powers. He's got it.
Yeah, and the dad is very suspicious, but the mom's not having it.
She's like, no, there's no way he did this shit. He's like, because like the cops are like questioning this shit. Like,
the dad knows what's up.
Yeah, the dad's starting to get it. He's like, he's fucking alien. Like we knew this shit, like something like this could have happened. Because he gets in trouble. Remember, and he goes to his aunt and uncle's house. Like he was talking to his aunt, and she sent him home.
He basically threatened her.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I know we talked earlier, and you said that you have to give the sheriff a report about me being productive. It's a really good idea that you help me out on this. And she was like, are you threatening me? You need to do this. She's like, just go home, Brendan. Just walk home by yourself.
Yeah.
At fucking 12 o'clock at night.
Yeah, because he showed up at her house at night.
She called her husband, which was with the dad at the bar.
Yeah.
Saying, I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
And you think like she was going to call them, but she never does, which is very suspicious.
Yeah.
Like it's not a smart move in any situation. Brandon doesn't really leave. He's still outside.
And that's when Noah comes home.
And Noah goes into his bathroom. He sees Brandon in the back.
Yeah.
Behind him in the reflection.
He freaks the fuck out.
He really does.
Like, Brandon, what the fuck are you doing here? Drags him out into the fucking car.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Because he's still wearing the mask and everything.
Yeah.
So he tries to take it off of him and everything. He tells him, get in the car, I'm taking you home. Like, he says it very aggressively, which is not a good move.
What Brandon did, I'm not sure if it was the car's fault or he has the ability to, like, shut the car off. But the car breaks down. He looks over and Brandon's fucking gone from the car.
Yeah.
And then, like, you have these cool scenes where, like, the headlights are flashing on and off. And you see Brandon fucking floating in front of the car.
Yeah.
And he's just getting closer and closer. Then he disappears.
So Noah says, fuck that. He gets in his car.
He's like, nope.
Nope. And so he gets in his car and he starts driving away. By far is the best death to me in the film. Brandon just fucking picks that truck up on his, like, the whole truck. Flips that shit, like, on the ground. Like, he lifts him up, throws that shit down, and, like, you cut to a scene of Noah in the car, like, bleeding out.
When he crashed, there's this scene. It's fucking awesome. He has his mouth open screaming, right?
Yeah.
When he hits the fucking steering wheel, it knocks his fucking jaw off.
So, like, he's upside down, bleeding out, jaws hanging off, and it's just so grotesque. It's so dope. And then Brandon draws his symbol in Noah's blood on the ground. And, like, the cops are basically putting it together. They figured it out. but they can't like completely put it on him.
Yeah.
Because he goes and talks to the mom. The mom knows that she's seen the signals before, and he's talking about it.
Because he left at the diner too.
Mm-hmm. And so she's just denying it. She goes looking through his room and everything. Like she talks to the husband and everything, and they're just trying to figure out what to do. Yeah. And the husband's like, I got a plan. So his whole plan is to take Brandon hunting with him.
Mm-hmm. To show him how much he really loves him.
And his plan is to put a bullet in the back of Brandon's head.
And very convenient timing, when that's about to happen, the mom finds the bloody t-shirt from Noah's accident and tries to call and warn the dad. Fortunately, it's too late. Yeah. Because the dad tries to fucking put a bullet in his head. Brandon's like, ow.
Like it's nothing. Like he got smacked on the back of the head.
And then after that, Brandon fucking turns the darkest you've ever seen him.
And there's nothing you can do.
No.
Like if I shoot somebody in their head and they hit me with an ow, there's nothing I can do in this situation. You're done.
You're done.
You're just waiting for death. And
the father's death scene.
God. Like he flips the switch.
And he dons the mask again.
Like I know he said he flipped the switch whenever like he went and killed that woman. This is a whole nother fucking level. Before
he would play the dark, but when he went home,
he was nice, innocent. He was
nice, but
tries to be.
He was still entitled though.
Yeah, very.
Like when he was talking to the counselor, he's like, she was like, "How do you feel?" He's like, "Well, I'm superior to you." Acted like he was. We forgot about the scene where he discovered the fucking spaceship in the barn. He cut cold. He don't give a fuck. He's out for blood. Laser beam to the eyes.
Through the fucking face.
And like you can see like the back of his fucking head melting. And like his brain's falling out. The graphic imagery of this movie is fucking awesome. It made me sad because my favorite character of this movie is Kyle, the dad. He was the only one that came to his senses though.
Yeah.
And tried to do something
Makes sense, yeah, but he went about it poorly. Now,
how else you gonna do it?
Yeah, I'm not. I mean,
what are you gonna do?
I don't know. And the part that we have skipped, but I was saving it for the later part of it was Brendan does find his spaceship. Like it's basically talking to him. It's basically like spitting this evil spell towards him and whatever. And he gets cut on it or whatever. That's the only time he's ever bled, and like that's the only thing that can make him bleed, which is what the mom figures out. Like I said, like he's drawn to it, and this is where he's putting all these bodies. Every person he's killed, he's put him in this motherfucking hole. Besides the dad, so he flies back to the house to the mom. To the mom.
When the mom calls the dad, Brandon answers the phone. The mom's like, "Honey, where are you?" He's like, "I'm home." Drops the phone. Actually, he crushes the fucking phone in his hand.
Yeah. So like he's basically playing this whole game of peekaboo with her and everything, and she's hiding, and the cops show up. Main cop that's been investigating, and like another cop. I want to say it was a woman.
This woman cop.
Dude walks up to the front door and Brandon just fucking blasts through this motherfucker like it's nothing.
Like rated. What's wrong?
Well, yeah, legit. Flies through him, takes him out. The mom runs back. The lady cop goes upstairs and everything is trying to help. And Brandon takes care of her like it was nothing.
It wasn't shit.
And again, the whole time the mom is just hiding from Brandon. He's killing the fucking lady officer while she's hiding and everything. She does pull like a really good hiding strategy that I thought was cool for the time anyway. She hangs outside of the windowsill and he can't find her. She falls to the ground, hurts herself. Basically like, I'm gonna go to the barn.
She figured it out. That's the only thing that he can makes him vulnerable.
Yeah.
Kinda like kryptonite.
Yeah. She gets to the barn, she grabs it, and he's in there and like he's acting like a little kid in a way, like looking at his mom, and she's talking to him like he's a little kid. You know what she's trying to do.
Yep, she's trying to pull off one last attempt to
hurt him and kill him.
Yeah.
So she goes to give him a hug. Because like I said, they were doing that little whistle thing. That's how he found her and everything. So he whistled at her. And like she goes to give him a hug, and she goes to stab, and he fucking stops her ass.
And I felt bad in the scene.
Yeah, he grabs her, flies her up.
Like through the fucking ceiling, and it busts the fucking mom's face up.
Yeah.
Like bad. Like, on the way up, she's fucking bleeding.
He flies her up as high as he possibly can to where she cannot breathe anymore. And she's kind of like freezing over because he's so fucking high, and just drops her ass.
But there for a moment before he drops the mom, she has one last moment where she like caresses his face. Mm-hmm. He's just like, nah, bitch.
Yeah.
And then a plane's coming at him.
And he fucking destroys the plane too.
Yeah. Because the news coverage on it is that he survived the plane crash that crashed into the house, which killed everybody. And then you jump cut to the very last thing.
Which was very dope. Michael Rooker is playing this character, and he's basically telling you about all these superheroes and everything, and like you're seeing these stock footage cuts of him basically wrecking everything,
Yeah.
destroying buildings, running through motherfuckers, killing everybody he can. He's just like he took down a whole building, which is like a fly through and shit. And like Michael Rooker's talking about how there's other villains, which would be like the DC heroes we would have. So like there's like possibly a Batman type, and there's possibly like all this. And like it's crazy that they have this possible cinematic universe coming up.
The question is, because it's not Superman, right? Mm-hmm. So if they incorporate the DC characters,
it would be different versions. It would be different versions.
It would be different versions.
It would be like a different name and like similar traits, just like this was.
Great value version.
Kind of, because how do we feel about the movie? I think it was a good movie. It just had like bad plot points at times. Mom was awful in the sense of like taking care of this shit.
Yeah, she was
Just
so blind.
outright denied it.
Yeah, she was so blind to obvious situations.
Noah was my favorite character just for like the comic relief that he gave and like how like legit serious he took some situations and like if I saw a motherfucker floating in front of my truck, nah, fuck that, I'm done. Nope, nah. Like I said, I get the dad, but like he
went about it wrong. Yeah,
he went about a lot of things wrong. If I was to rate it, I'd probably give it a 5.
I'll give it a 5 out of 10 too. I think this is it's a good movie. I don't think it's anything special. I just think it's your regular popcorn movie.
Yeah, it was good. Like I love the story of it.
Yeah.
Like the idea, if somebody came to me with like and told me that's what they wanted, oh, it's amazing. I just don't think it was executed the way I wanted.
Yeah. It's good to watch.
Very brutal kills when it does have brutal kills.
I wouldn't watch it multiple times. Like it's not one of my most rewatchable movies. It's your average movie, which again, if they explore it with the DC universe just separately, that would be fucking dope. So they have a chance to like redeem themselves here.
I give it a 5. What would you give it?
5 out of 10.
5 out of 10. I think if you haven't seen it, you should watch it at least once.
It's worth a watch.
It's worth a watch.
Yeah.
If they do make some more, gladly want to watch it. If I can get him to watch it, I want him to watch The Joker, and we can talk about that. That's not a horror film, but I would love for us to talk about that if we can. Let us know what you thought about BrightBurn. How do you feel about like it being incorporated in this situation? I do think they captured exactly what would happen if we had an evil Superman.
Yeah.
Really appreciate y'all watching these videos. Thank y'all. And until next time, just
Adios.
On the couch like damn, what a slam. Then it's back to you, grouches. My crew just might roll on you.